Hello and welcome back to our channel today with another major discovery. This time we will be talking about COVID-19. How it is not a coincidence that it all started on that particular day when China reported to the World Health Organization about a spread of a virus, and how it has to do with what happened in 9/11 and all the way back from the 1973. It's a very intertwined topic. There's a lot of things that's interconnected. I don't want to confuse you. So if you are watching our channel for the first time, I highly recommend to watch the last previous two videos before watching this one. But if you don't have time, I will try to simplify it as much as I can to make it clear. Now, before going into all these numbers, let's show you from where we started from the last step. In the last step, I spoke about 9/11 and how from simply the dates of the opening of the Twin Tower, when you sum the digits, single digits, you can get the next event that was going to happen as pre-planned. So you get from this date 28, from 28 and plus the day or the year, sorry, you get 2001. The same method you use for the 9/11 date, you get 14 plus 2001, it gives you 15, the year of the final opening. If you start to think this is just a coincidence, hold with me a second, I will show you something else. This is a symbol that I have decoded. It is an ancient sacred symbol from the time of the Sumerian and way before. This symbol is present in the Sumerian, in the Egyptian, and many ancient nations. Now, nobody had this symbol, or let's say it was hidden just for the few, because they were using it for their satanic rituals, which I will expose in a moment. Basically, it has three pillars, as you can see, in the red, the purple, the green. If you sum the column of every pillar, it equates to the number of passengers on each airplane that hit its target in 9/11. That was not a coincidence. I explained further about it in the previous video. The concept of the three pillar is also a Masonic symbol. Just go and search for yourself, Masonic symbol, three pillars. You will find it. Each pillar, it consists of 5 separates. They call them hijackers. And as I said, the total amounts of each pillar equate to one of these numbers of the total on flight passengers. And the flight number 175, the first to hit WTC2, it equates to the sum of all those 11 circles. What a coincidence, huh? I'm telling you, this is nothing a coincidence, but I'm just trying to take you a step at a time. But not only that, we later figured it out that even the date when Bin Laden was killed on the 5th second of 2011, if you sum the digits as well, it will give you 11. 11 is the summation of what? Of 9/11, 911, 11, 52211, also equal 11. Not only that, if you sum the 3 first digits from it, it will give you 9, and the remainings will be 11. So it gives you even 911. Seems the one who did the killing in here did also the killing in here, which matches with one of the major general who was responsible for all the intelligence service of the military in the USA. His name Albert Stabalwine. You can search him on YouTube, where he said that Dick Cheney, the vice president of USA, he's the one who asked and ordered the turn off of all the air defense system in the area where 9/11 event occurred. And not only that, on the same day, there was a pre-planned exercise that mimicked exactly what happened. Go to Albert Sabelbein video, you will see it for yourself. Now, why I'm mentioning all that? I started with COVID, right? Well, yes, it all has to do with the COVID, but how it's related to the COVID and why they are doing all that, we will come to it. But I'm just trying to present you information to catch your attention, and then we will put everything in its place. Now, as you see earlier, we talked about the airplanes, we talked about the dates of the construction, demolition, opening of One World Trade Center, even killing Bin Laden, everything, it seems like a coincidence, huh? Now let's see what we have about the COVID this time. Do we have another coincidence? On December 29, 2019, that's from the Chinese, reported the first case according to the Chinese Epidemic Center CDC. I have the document, I will leave it in the description below. They say that the beginning of all that, it started in December 29, 2019. Now, when we sum the digits of it, it will give me what? 26. Now, what about COVID, which the World Health Organization named it? If you see the alphabets of every letter, you will have 3, 15, 29, 22, 9, 4, right? Now, when you sum the digits of every number, what you get? 26. That is a coincidence too. Well, let's see. 2 days later, the Chinese authority alerted the World Health Organization of abnormal cases in Wuhan City. When you sum the digits of the second day, it will give you not what? 19. So you have, on the first day, it will give you 26, which equate to COVID. On the another day where it announced it to the world, it equates to 19. COVID-19, 26, 19. Is that a coincidence too? Many coincidences so far, but it's not. Let's continue. On the day that the World Health Organization named the name COVID-19 was given, it was February 11, 2020. Now, before I proceed here, I want to remind you that when I saw they related COVID with 26, and I was like, I know 26, it has to do with destruction if it's added to it 18. This is a very major two numbers for the one who understand the decoding that I made about the ancient Egyptian, because they have what they call it the eye of Horus, the one associated with the destruction, and it's equate to 26 plus 18. So anyway, when I came and I saw how COVID-19, on the day when it was given, this is the date when World Health Organization gave the name COVID-19, this is the numbers, remember? When you sum the numbers of the letters separately from the numbers of the dates, you will get what? 26 plus 18. That's 44. That's the eye of Horus. The eye of Horus is this is the eye of Horus. You have the seen and here's the unseen. So imagine you have an eye and here you have a whole eye. It's equate to what? 26 plus 18. Is that a coincidence? Well, apparently it's not, because the first announcement of how many patients recorded in China who contracted the virus, they announced that there is a 44 cases on 3rd of January 2020. When you sum the days, equal 4 plus 4 equal 8. You know what's equal to 8? It's also the day when they gave the COVID-19 name. So that this day is equate to 8, and this day equate to 8, and both of them, look, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 8 and 8, which on that day they said that there is 44 cases, and from this the COVID-19 date also gives you 44. Now if you start to see that there is more than 10 coincidences so far, you understand it's not a coincidence anymore, right? So what is it all about, you will ask me. Now I will come to you to the real thing of what this was all about. In the previous video I explained truthfully. I really wish that you have enough time if you want to know the truth of what really we are going through, how they are sacrificing us throughout this period of this plot. Go back to the previous 2 videos for more details. But I will try, as I said, promise to simplify as much as I can. Basically, in the previous video, I explained that I want to go here, just please hold on with me 1 second. I explained earlier that basically what they are doing is that there is a soul of someone. Some of us call him the deceiver, some of us call him the antichrist. Well, we all know now they are talking about the UFOs, right? The aliens, which are none but demons. But they want to bring them as our gods, to show them as our gods. But these people are not coming for free. They're coming on a huge price. That price is your souls, people. So we all heard, of course, recently that the Pentagon announced officially about the UFOs, and now the head of all intelligence service agencies in the US, which had like 15 intelligence service, 2 days ago she spoke about it could be extraterrestrial, these UFOs. Well, it's all correlated. What I'm trying to explain here with you. So without further ado, they are trying to resurrect a soul of someone who is supposed to be the Antichrist with the potentials of a god. So in short, the plotting, it started in the 1948, on that particular day when the founding of Israel, 14th 5th 1948. When you sum the days for the opening, for the demolition, for the opening of the One World Trade Center, and by the way, this is for the observatory, and the final day expected to 2038, based on the day and month of founding of Israel, when you sum them all together, look what it gives you. 44. Remember moments ago we talked about 44, that it's coming from the day when the COVID-19 was announced. Remember when we talked about how 44 is the first amount of cases announced by China? You start to get the link in here, what was going on? When you sum all together, equate to what? 88. 88, from this sacred symbol, this representing, according to historian, the resurrection of the god Osiris up into heaven to be among the gods as a god himself. So from the days of all these 4, based on the month and the day in 2038 of founding of Israel, it gives you what? 88. That's the God they are trying to bring to usher into our world, the UFOs, the aliens, on the expense of killing us. But it was not only 9/11 and its aftermath, it was also the COVID. But at that moment when I made this decoding, I didn't see that last link where the COVID was fit in this plan. and until I was able to do that 2 days ago. So here we will come to the COVID finally to tell you how it all works. Well, basically, you have opening ceremony. We spoke about it, right? We spoke about that there's the demolition, right? The opening, right? All the dates giving each other, and then look, the final opening, 28/5, 2015. This is on Thursday. If you go to the internet, it will write 29. No, because 28, they made it for free. People go there for free, 3,000 people. Anyway, so the reopening, it was 28/5, 2015, right? When you sum the digits, it gives you 23. All right, 23, great. Now, keep that in mind. 2015 plus 23, it will give you what? 2038. So you will tell me how you fit in now the COVID day when China informed the World Health Organization about the COVID. I will tell you, it fits perfectly, because in every month, and at every time they construct a symbol for the antichrist, it has to be followed by a sacrifice of a people. The first time it was seen, the second time they opened the One World Trade Center as a symbol of a resurrection of that antichrist soul, it had to be followed with what? With a sacrifice ritual again. Now, you see the date, 31/12/2019? If you sum again the digits, as we did for all the other ones, when you sum the digits, it will give you what? 19. Now, surprise, surprise, when you add 2019, I'll give you time to think about it, plus 19, it will give you again 2038. That's getting the same anticipated day from the final opening and the COVID, both interconnected with the final destination. You will understand why all that in more detailed way, because until now I tried to simplify, but now I'm going into the depth, okay? Please hold on with me, try to focus here. Now, you remember I said every construction, it had to be followed by a demolition. Every construction, it had to be followed by a sacrifice. Now, this soul, as I said, it's resurrected, but it's being resurrected in stages. So there is 3 stages to pass from one stage to the other stage. So you have 3 stages. To pass from one stage to the other stage as a God, by the way, God in Hebrew, in the Kabbalist, it's equate to 42. The same, by the way, in Arabic. It equates to 42. So God, it's referred to 42. So if you have 3 stages to go for this soul, and you have to do 2 sacrifices to pass from one stage to another. Look here. The first opening, I said, from the digit it equates to what? 828. The second one, from the second day of the demolition, it equates 14. When you add 28 plus 14, it will give you what? 42. That's the price to be passed as a God, as a 42, from the first stage to the second stage. Now the second stage, look at here, the final opening of the observatory, it was what? 23. When you add 19, it will give you again what? 42. That's the second passage for the soul to go from the second level to the third level, which is in 2038. In both stages, it requires what? A sacrifice. The first one was 9/11. The second one was introducing COVID-19. Now, you see how the day it fits for the sacrifice to pass through the channel from a stage to another stage, and the day from 2015 and 2009 fits for the final anticipated day of 2038. Now, here is the explanation about how this happens. So basically, I will zoom in to make it more clear for you. Here is the symbol what we talked about moments ago that they used for the demolition of the 9/11 Twin Towers. Now, think about this symbol, which I call it the Tree of Life, as a representation of earth and heaven. Now, here you have what? Earth. And here, up to this level, it's where you have what? Here you have the place where you go into the other dimension. But to reach here, you have to get here first, then you get here. This is the second stage, and the third stage is out of our world to the above. You heard about the concept before, so below, so above, right? We will come to it. I will explain it. Now, as I said, to pass, he has to pass as what? As God. So here you have the first stage. Here is the first stage for him to pass from this level, 2818, as God, to pass to the other level, and from the other level to the other dimension, which is equate to 175. Remember 175? That's the number of what? The flight number that hit the WTC-2. It was the first airplane to hit its target. All the dots are now coming together, right? Now, you see the number 94 and 104. These are not coincidence, by the way. The One World Trade Center, if you go and Google it, you will see that it consists of what? Of 94 floors of 104 height. So they made the building that it has 94 floors with 104 heights, because at this day, at this level, the soul had to be sacrificed for in 9/11 to pass from here to the upper level after 14 years. You see, those days, those are not coincident. So I'm going back with you step by step again. Here earth, and here we're going up. Every stage you go up, you collect 19 plus 21, here 21 is 40. 40 plus 26, 66. 66 plus 24, 90. Now here, at the first stage, we said what? 66 plus what? 28. 28 is what? Remember here? The opening ceremony, 28. For him to pass into the other level, plus 14, 104, that the height of the One World Trade Center, it had to be sacrificed for in 9/11. Now to go from here to 175, it had to be sacrificed for in the second level. Remember 42, first stage from 28 and 14, and the other stage from 23, 19. This is it, people. 42, 42, for him to pass from here to here, from here to the other dimension. Now you see it? Now you see how the first 28 from the first opening of the Twin Tower and from the demolition 14 is related to the toll of the number of stories of the One World Trade Center and the 104, because it's all a symbology about what we said. It's a three-stage where two sacrifice has to be done for this soul to resurrect, to become a god. Now, I will go to the full explanation here. We already spoke about how from the dates we get every next occasion which was going to happen about the two stages, right? Now, people will tell me, well, where is this, the third level? The third level is in the above. So basically, first we spoke here about what? We spoke about going from this stage to this stage. It required the first sacrifice, right? 28 plus what? 14. This is for the first stage, because here 28, here 14. To pass from 28, from here, this level to this level, 28 plus 14 as a god, 42. It required the sacrifice in 9/11 to go here. And that's why they constructed the building in 2015 as what? 104 floor or 104 height building. Now, they constructed in 2015 the 104 height building, right? Now, we want to go from 2015 to what? 2038, passing through what? 2019 to do the sacrifice. So the sacrifice, it has to be now the next level, 23 plus 19 equal 42. 23 plus 19 equal 42, the second stage for this soul to go to what? To the other dimension out from this. You'll tell me where. I will tell you. You need to know about the concept of so above, so below, right? This is so above, so below. This is the below. This is our world, representation of our world and the earth. This is the heavens, and this is the above. It's the reverse of it. I already explained this in the Ark of Covenant. You can go and know more about it, but I don't want to confuse you right now. So we were in this level, he up to this level, and to go to God, to become among God in the unseen. Remember that the unseen, it had to be sacrificed for. Why I'm emphasizing of the unseen? Remember when I said the word which we don't see, or the eye of Horus, it's what? It's the destructive eye. It's what? It's the unseen, because it has a hollow eye, right? That's the reason why they used the day and the COVID-19. I need to remind you here, because you might by now forget. Remember here, the COVID-19, the day when it was given this name, it equates to 44. And the first case, which was given by China, it was also 44. We said it is what? It's represent this symbol, which is Eye of Horus, which equate to what? To 44. 44 is the unseen. Why? Because this sacrifice of COVID-19, it had to go, it had to be done, so it will take the soul of that antichrist from our seen world to the unseen, to what? To where? To go to above. From here to here, and from here to the above. This is the unseen world. This is the above. And for that to happen in the last stage, to become a god, to go to the unseen, 44, Eye of Horus, the sacrifice was done through the COVID-19. These depictions, I already explained it before again in the previous video. It is the depiction that the Pharaoh has depicted. It's not something I just came out with it new. I have decoded these symbols And this knowledge, as I said, it's about a knowledge that was hidden for thousands of years, just a few people who had it, and I just discovered it very recently. This is, as you see here, this is a depiction for a soul where you see this box, it's similar to this box, and this is a ship that takes the soul up to the heaven as a god. It has another representation where in the end, when he reached as a god, it equates to what? 175. That's the 175, the flight number that hit the WTC2. I'm just trying to remind you, it is the same as when what? As when the soul will reach to the unseen world, it becomes 175 from being first what? 94 to 104, then 175. From the 94, which is correlated to the opening of One World Trade Center, the 14, the demolition of the Twin Tower for it to be resurrected in 2015, and finally 23 years later to become 175 as a god in the other dimension, in the above. You will tell me, where is 19 here? 2019, I told you it's in the unseen, so it's not in the calculation here, but it's in the calculation here for the sacrifice to happen from our world to the above. I hope I didn't make it too much long. I didn't want to go more in depth. Please, if you feel unsure about what I have said, leave a comment. I will try to explain further by texting, or know how to refer you to which part of the videos that I have shared before. I know many people, they don't have enough time for that, but please do study all this material. And if you find it interesting and you think that people should know about it, please do share. They have been sacrificing us for the sake of their God, that they were preparing for his coming, that he required all these sacrifices to be present among us by killing us in 9/11, then its aftermath, and then now with the COVID, where millions of people are dying, where many people within the Congress in the US clearly speaking how it has been intentionally done. It's already now a pre-planned, exposed plot. We only have to do is to share it and try to stop these evil entities ruling our world from their satanic plot. As I said again, the UFOs, they are none but demons. We call them in Islam, they are jinn. They are not angels. They are another species. Some of them do good, the other one is bad. The one who are interfering in our world, the one who are co-planning with and cooperating with our human counterpart from the Satanists, are the demon ones, are the bad ones. And that's what they are making us pay for their unwelcomed coming. Is that God you guys want to worship? That's all being plotted and coordinated by those who call themselves Luciferian. Now you guys understand who is Lucifer. By the way, all the secret societies, and this is from my personal experience, I'm saying it out loud to all the people, they know 100% what the Muslims always say, what Allah has said in the Quran, that our God is one and the same, the one who sent the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran. But they take him as an enemy in favor of what he called them Lucifer or Satan. His historical name is Enki. They thought that our God is bad and their God is good. But most of them, they didn't understand that their God is, that's what he's doing. That's their Luciferian leaders who they never knew about, that they fooled them into thinking and believing in the wrong belief system. I hope I helped those in the secret society to understand who are those in the top leadership and how they are deceiving them. And I hope that they turn the table on their heads and stand with the masses instead of helping killing them. That's all from me today. Peace and goodbye.